This final section relating to counselor competencies will represent about 20% of the questions that will be asked on the RAS examination. So you will want to be very familiar with the material contained in Chapter 35 of the manual. You should know the 12 core functions and which one is which number. For example, orientation is number 3. Assessment is number 4. You should know the components provided in the Technical Assistance Publication 21, Addiction Counseling Competencies, which is known as the TAP 21 Counselor Competencies. You should know that the 12 core functions were developed from a 1991 study, and that the TAP 21 competencies were developed in a 1998 committee under the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Within the 12 core functions, know what screening is, what an intake consists of, and know what each one of the core functions consists of so that you can compare and contrast those from one another. You will need to know what each of the 12 core functions contains in this section of the examination. Also, starting at page 406, you will need to know the glossary of terms related to the TAP 21 counselor competencies. Know the meaning of each one of those 40 terms identified so that when a question asks what a particular term means, you can respond accordingly. Because the TAP 21 standard is the one that the state of California has selected to be followed by counselors in California, you will need to know these terms and understand their meanings. Then you should be very familiar with the 8 competencies that the TAP 21 standards spell out, specifically clinical evaluation, treatment planning, referral, service coordination, counseling, client, family, and community education, documentation, and professional and ethical responsibilities. Again, approximately 20% of the questions that will be asked on the RAS examination will relate to the information contained in Chapter 35. So make sure that you are very familiar with all of the terms and standards related to the 12 core functions and the TAP 21 counselor competencies. This concludes the tutorial for the 2005 Registered Addiction Specialist examination. As a reminder, you will be tested only on the information contained in this manual, and the tutorial has highlighted the areas upon which you will be tested. If there is a conflict between the information that you have gained as a professional or learned through your formal education and the information contained in this manual, you should answer the question on the RAS examination based upon the information contained in the manual. We hope that the information in this tutorial has been helpful to you in understanding the information contained in the manual, and we wish you good luck on the Registered Addiction Specialist examination.